seen on the popular Facebook page 100 Yards of Football, Sports Talk Radio, and also we do publish on all the various football Facebook pages, different teams. But today I want to talk about my number 5, University of Georgia Bulldogs are going to be playing this coming Saturday, the Auburn Tigers at Sanford Stadium between the hedges. And Georgia comes into the game as a 14.5 point favorite versus Auburn. And let's talk about number 11, Jake Fromm. Last week didn't have to pass much, but he did pass for a touchdown against Isaac Nauta. Also, at quarterback, let's talk about, continue to talk about the offense. Number 1, Justin Fields had some key runs for first down when they needed it. They brought him in, and he did play a meaningful role. Of the game was number 7, DeAndre Swift. He had 2 touchdown runs, one for 83 yards, amazing, over 100 yards. I think it was 156 yards rushing. He set a record. Georgia didn't pass that much. That's why I really didn't give you Jake Fromm's passing. But he does have about a 70% completion rate, 65 to 66% completion rate. Georgia rushed for 331 yards against the Kentucky Wildcats, which they defeated last week 34-17. Of course, Elijah Holyfield, number 13, he did score a touchdown, and he was pretty effective. But I guess the wide receivers, number 4, McCole Hardman, actually on special teams, set the tone early on in the Kentucky game by having a tremendous run-back return, and it was just pretty phenomenal, and set up a touchdown pass. That was that touchdown pass from Jake Fromm to Isaac Nauta, number 18, the tight end. And also want to give a shout-out to number 9, Jeremiah Holloman. He had some good plays. And number 8, Calvin Ridley. But the passing game for Georgia was certainly de-emphasized. I think Jake Fromm threw for maybe 57 yards passing in that game last week. But this week against Auburn, I think Georgia will have to mix it up, pass and the running game. Auburn has some players, and we'll talk about them on defense that may cause us to maybe have to run some play action this week. But I'd like to really say that Georgia defense was stout against Kentucky, limiting them to about 84 yards of rushing in the entire game. And here's a team that averages around 200 yards a game rushing or more. And I'd like to single out number 3, Tyson Campbell with the fumble recovery. And number 41, Terry Wilson, he had a sack that was very instrumental in the game. But let's talk about that Auburn offense. The Auburn offense is led by number 8, Jarrett Stidham. He's had an up-and-down season, but he's got tremendous potential and ability as a drop-back passer. And he works with some tremendous tremendous wide receivers, because really the running game is mediocre. Number 9, Cam Martin, is the mainstay there, 3.7 yards per carry. But I just have always been impressed by the running backs for Auburn, number 23, Ryan Davis, and number 81, Slayton. Both of those players are tremendous wide receivers. And then on the Auburn defense, they're kind of banged up a little bit, but they had to convert number 4, Noah let me get this name right. Jenny, number 4, he was a wide receiver. They had to convert the defensive back. And last week in their come from behind victory against Texas A&M, he got an interception, and I thought he was pretty instrumental in turning that game around for them. The big guy on D, really big, number 5, Derek Brown. He's on all the NFL scouts lists. He's going to go high in the first round of the NFL draft. 32 tackles and 3.5 sacks. But the big statistic that he's got, he's 325 pounds. And for Georgia to be effective, they're going to have to contain number 5, Derek Brown, and keep him out of the backfield and away from the quarterback, Jake Fromm. I think Georgia's going to do well. Auburn beat Texas A&M last week and Mississippi the week before. But I think Georgia, they're 14.5 point favorites this week. They win at home 38-21. And thank you for watching. Please share this video and also comment below and let us know what you think of our videos on football. This is Paul Ploner. Thank you for watching this week.